Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Prime in China, the ultimate destination for China-based news. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because we're putting out fresh, mind-blowing content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week to keep you informed and coming back for more. Today, of course, we're going to be talking about a shill, Jerry Goode. Checking out some of his stuff on Twitter. Wow, laughable at best. We're going to be calling this pushing propaganda on American soil. So imagine this for a second. Jerry Goode, an individual that's not particularly renowned for his profound intellect, taking to Twitter just to amplify Chinese propaganda. It's a spectacle. It's insane. That unfolds right under our American social media noses. We're talking about a guy, a South African guy, living in China that's making videos talking about things on American social media. He's pushing the CCP's messaging, infiltrating the platforms that, we of course hold so dear. You see, this by definition, freedom of speech is what it is, and we allow that to happen. But sometimes I wonder if we should, or if we should remove these people. But you see, Jerry goes around in defense of internet censorship from China. But here's where things get wild. He talks about, Russia and censorship and these type of things. But of course, he fails to mention that China, with its notorious digital, firewall that actually blocks China, he continues to advocate for censorship online. Of course, he uses Russia as his case study. But guess what? Again, he's doing all this while tweeting away on the very platform that's inaccessible to most of the country in China. Again, the irony is so thick that you could cut it with a virtual knife. Is this guy even serious? And then another post, you see he makes the "This is my president" post on Twitter. Again, claiming the West is so horrible, that "this is my president" trend that people were doing. He's hopped on that train too, but he's flaunting an image of Xi Jinping. Not very smart. The catch, she doesn't exactly have Jerry's back in any legal or foreigner-friendly sense. It's like using a Western catchphrase for an Eastern power player, the online version of mixing metaphors. China gives no rights to foreigners living in China. Have people forgotten when Africans were marched down the streets like slaves in Guangzhou? Because I sure haven't. Supporting Xi Jinping as a foreigner in China is hilarious at best. Hilarious. But not only that, it's terribly ignorant. And then you have Jerry where he says to learn Chinese. He tells Americans this. But yet Jerry can't speak Chinese himself. He's dishing out advice to Americans, telling them that they better start learning Chinese if they want to do business within China, of course. So what a counsel from him, right? Except, oops, Jerry himself struggles even with basic Chinese. It's like a chef recommending a dish that they can't even pronounce. The irony is as thick as molasses. The thing to understand here is that as we wrap up this digital roller coaster, this short video here, one thing's clear. Jerry Goode's antics highlight how social media can blur lines, blend personal beliefs with the virtual world. It's a stark reminder to always approach online narratives with a sprinkle of skepticism, especially when it comes from these shills. Because, let's be honest, even just a tiny amount of critical thinking tells you that there's no way someone even as foolish as Jerry Goode could actually believe this propaganda. What he doesn't understand is that he's so far over the top that everyone can see he's a fake and a fraud. It's just terribly embarrassing. The idea that he can push every propaganda piece by Russia, by China, and expect anyone to take him serious, knowing that he comes from South Africa and that he lives in China, a country which does nothing for foreigners, a country which discriminates against foreigners, a country that gives no rights to foreigners, a country that doesn't care about foreigners at all, a country that has essentially banned the English language in many situations where people went over there to teach English and they no longer allow English teaching, where you have to teach English under some form of being, a fake actor or whatever. a country that they're censoring books by removing, any trace of truth and skepticism about the Chinese government. Yet, you have Jerry, this guy just sitting around on Twitter and making YouTube videos talking about how horrible the West is, even though he doesn't even follow the laws of the country that he's being hosted in. Hilarious at best. But most of all, it's terribly embarrassing. And the fact that the government in China, that someone in China hasn't even went to him and said, listen, dude, you're embarrassing to us. You're embarrassing. What you're saying is embarrassing. You don't even speak Chinese. What makes you think that you even understand the basics of what is going on in China? What makes you think that you can even begin to comprehend about how these people feel about you when you can't even have conversations with them in their own language? Holy shit, people. It's just terrible. Either way, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. There will be more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Follow on Twitter where you can see more of the conversations like this in this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.